Dr. Bryson here. I just wanted to record this brief video in response to the graded discussion post on the definition of terrorism. I typed this in my response to the discussion posts, but I just have to say this: that your post showed me why I love this class, and by the subject matter. That's not what I'm referring to. I mean the students in this class. This is a great group of students for a class with just 8 students in it. This is great. This is perfect. I think this is a great group to do such a small class with. Okay, now let me say a couple of things. That I'd like to make this point, and that is with the definition of terrorism, we all pretty much got the idea that it is doing acts of violence or threatening to do acts of violence in order to coerce other people, but that is in order to create a sense of fear. What terrorism does is it scares us so we change our behavior. But what makes it terrorism versus an act of war, in most definitions, is that it's done by non-state actors, maybe supported by a state, but they themselves are not state actors. In other words, it's not an army, it's not their special forces. So they're folks that are officially not really affiliated with the government, but they might be sponsored by a government. Now, they may not. They may be acting independently as a group. But in the end, what they want to do is get us to change just enough that we start to make these huge changes. That's why I tell folks, and I get in trouble for this sometimes, that the 9/11 terrorists were very successful at what they wanted to do. And what they wanted to do wasn't really to knock down the buildings. They could have done this in another way, they would have. It was to make us fear enough that we would give up some of our freedoms. And we have. So I just want y'all to think about that. Think about, do we let the fear take hold? And do we start to engage in things that may or may not work, but that give up our freedoms so that we can feel safe? That's the question, isn't it? See you next video.